That's right, we are leaving Harley Davidson after once again finding stuff wrong with the bike. Needed a new rear tire, found out my front rocker was leaking. I am not necessarily a lazy guy, but some things are just easier to have someone else do. So now I want to talk about, as I recollect here, that I didn't do my chin strap, but hey, I got Fidlock, so I should be able to do that at a light pretty easily here. I did want to talk about, after I've spent more money, is, do I regret not riding earlier in my life? Let's go and roll the intro and we'll get to that subject. Roll it. No one behind me. Neutral pickup. Come on, magnet. Look at that, guys. With gloves on. The Fidlock saves the day! Alright, so, do I wish I started riding earlier?
Well, duh.
I think most of us will probably say, yeah, I wish I would have started earlier in my life. So, as far as two wheels and a motor goes for me, I can remember back in the day, Dad had a puke little moped-y type motorcycle thing. And I know my brothers, I think, learned to ride on that and everything, but I never got that chance. They got rid of it, and we moved before I was of size and age to where I could actually use it. But I always, ooh, that smells good. But I always have memories of my dad riding that thing, and I never really, as a child, really had the two-wheel motorcycle thing that grasped my attention, I guess you could say. My love for bikes,
Stop selling drugs!
Didn't start really until I was maybe even in my mid to late 20s. The way that it even started was my brother had bought his first motorcycle, and even at that point in time, like, still not really interested, it's a good way to die, blah blah blah. You know, everything I kind of said in my one video about things that you hate people saying.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb, for real.
You know, over time, he got rid of the Honda and he started getting some Harleys, and then it's just, you visit him and he has this motorcycle. It's like, man, that thing is an awesome machine. And then the bug finally hits. You watch enough movies and everything else, you're like, man, I really want to see what that's about. But my life just never lined up for it. It's as simple as that. The desire was there, but the money or the circumstances were never just right. So if we were to say what year I was maybe 27 or 28 when I started to get an interest. Probably 33 or so when I was super interested and really serious about considering to purchase one. Then it ended up being about 3 years later that I finally got this motorcycle. A lot of the things that I wonder about, as far as if I regret not riding sooner, is how much of a better rider would I be if I had started 10 years ago. I've been riding for 4-ish, so if you would have to add 6 more to that, I feel like I'd be even a much more confident rider than I am now. I still get shaky at times, and I think the shake is legitimate. It's validated. It's, you know, a very cautious thing. But I just wonder, would I be further along in my development, or is that after you've rode for 4 or 5 years, that really the skill doesn't get much better. You've kind of peaked. I feel like right now I'm still getting my skill level up there. I'm not 100% confident on everything I do.
I move for a vote of no confidence.
But it's getting better. And so that's why I was curious what everyone else, how old were you when you started to ride? My son is really into our motorcycles. He's really into his bike that he has of his own. And I really want to get him into motorcycles at a younger age. Now, I'm not going to force that issue with him. I would never try to force anything on anybody. You know, if I might say how cool it is, and if they want to go and be part of that, then that's great. If they don't want to ride, I'm not going to force the issue, because riding is an enjoyable thing, and if you got someone doing it because they're forced to, it's just probably not going to be a very accomplished hobby, I guess. So my son is currently about to be 4, and he's gotten really good on his balance bike. So I'm thinking by Christmas time, he might be about ready for that electric Harley. I know we said we were going to get that for him like last birthday, but he never really progressed on his balance bike until just recently. So I want to make sure that he is ready to go before we give him a little bit of power to go with it. So 2 things I would love for you to put in your comments below. 1, what age did you start to ride? And do you regret not starting sooner? And then 2, if you have children and they ride, at what age did their interest peak and did they start riding? I would love to hear your comments on this down below, just because I really don't know. I've never had a kid before. So what's safe, what's not safe? I mean, is this really any of this safe? No, not really. But go ahead and drop your comments below though, and as always, I will catch you guys on the next dark side, because this is the way. Chop it out. See you.